If you're a person of integrity, if you're a good person at the core, your soul will never, ever let you forget that. Except sometimes it could take a very long time to actually truly believe it, especially if you've been gaslighted by people who can't stand your goodness, your integrity, and your quest for truth. Not because you're judgmental, but because they fear being exposed. And not even because you plan to expose them, but because they're paranoid and they just want to make you disappear. Or they further gaslight you. Listen, I don't want to talk about them. I want to talk about you. Okay? The other day, I realized that this is such a small channel, and yet I'm already beginning to feel the vibes, the energy from you guys every time you make a comment. And I feel that you are such good people and you don't truly believe in your goodness. This is why I decided to do this episode about self-doubt. And by the way, if you find value in what I do, if you feel validated, if you feel supported, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and make a few comments so that I have more ideas on how to help people, how we can help others. So keep the comments coming because, it really does contribute to the energy of this channel, which I find so delightful. See, if you've been gaslighted your whole life, either told or by subtle implications, which is, by the way, a lot more dangerous, if it was implied that you were bad, stupid, ridiculous, you'd never amount to anything, and a host of other names, even the smartest person on earth is going to grow to believe it. I know you know all that, okay? I know. But how do you unbelieve it? Here's how. There's this tiny voice. Well, it's not literally a voice, but a tiny feeling inside you that never, ever gives up on you. That's always there, except you don't always hear it because it's so subtle. It's as delicate as the wings of a dragonfly, but it's as persistent as the waves that smoothen the pebbles on a beach. And it keeps telling you every day, day after day, that you are a good person. It keeps telling you until you hear it, until you acknowledge it. This is not something you do. It's something you realize. Because, doing adds more layers and more confusion, whereas realizing something that's already there really cuts to the core of it. Bad people don't have this. They don't have the desire to listen to their inner voice because they fear what they may find. So if you're a bad person, you wouldn't be seeking the truth about yourself. You wouldn't have any doubts. Bad people delude themselves into thinking they're good by rationalizing, I did this, I did that, and therefore I'm a good person. They use logic. But this voice inside you, this inner voice, is not based on logic. Because thinking will derail you. It's already there. You don't have to think. Don't get further confused with thinking. Try to stop thinking, and the voice will emerge. Now, there's no magic to this. How long it takes really depends on how long it takes for you to calm your mind down, for you to quieten it down, for you to dismiss all the opinions of other people. But once you realize that this little voice has been with you all your life, trying to tell you something, once you realize that, you will never doubt yourself. This little voice is your soul that loves you very, very much and has always been with you and will never, ever, ever abandon you. The souls of bad people love them too, don't get me wrong. It's just that these people don't love their souls because they don't want to know themselves. They don't want to find out the truth about themselves. And much as our souls love us, it's always truthful, it's always honest with us because it cares about us. If you don't hear it now, don't worry. One day you will. And that's a promise. I rarely make promises, but this one, I have absolutely no doubt. None whatsoever. So what's the point of all this, you might ask? Well, the point is that once you are absolutely certain that you are a good person, everything will fall into place. You will never be a victim of gaslighting again, and better than that, you will have no doubt with every choice that you take, every decision that you make. It's just not possible for you to make the wrong choice because your motivation is genuine. People ask, why do bad things happen to good people? Well, it's because good people are far too caring of others and allow themselves to be bullied, manipulated, gaslighted, and taken advantage of. It's because good people have such a strong conscience that what little wrong they do, they overcompensate. It's time to stop doubting yourself. Time to take care of yourself. It's time to make decisions that are good for you. You can start by clicking on this link up here. I have a meditation method that is simple as F. It is simpler than tying your shoelaces. So give it a try.